That's all I wear.
So she said there's no yeah.
I don't know. We were just talking to him. Can you guys hear me? Right here is my girl.
We muted them, but
Okay.
Oh, the audio's on. Computer audio connected. Test mic and speaker, maybe.
I do not like technical stuff. This is really neat, though.
Yeah, it's awesome because everybody's all over different states.
Okay, she says she can hear me. Okay, good deal.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all coming out to see me. Sorry for the delay, but there was an accident, so we didn't want to cut anybody out of this awesome meeting. My name, I'm just going to give you a brief little testimony of mine, and then we're going to go to our special guest, Lori Cooper, that came all the way from.
Can you guys hear?
You do want to talk about it. How's that? Wow. Hello. Okay. All right. Well, my name's Barbie Mullins, and I'm a senior gold ambassador with Plexus, and I started my journey in November of 2013. I had always been a very tiny person, very skinny, couldn't gain weight until medical issues caused me to gain like 60 pounds overnight, it seemed like. So that started my journey with Plexus. I seen a Facebook post from Lori, and I studied it, and I prayed about it, and I prayed about it, and I just knew that it was the right thing to do. And thank the Lord that I listened because it's been a complete blessing. I started out on the Slim and Accelerator, and jump ahead 6 months, and I'd lost 60 pounds. I had added in the ProBio and the X Factor. And I don't like talking up here, y'all, so.
You're doing okay. You're doing great.
And I've always suffered from IBS. And with the Plexus, if I haven't lost another pound, that would be, if I didn't lose any weight, it would be a blessing because I haven't had to take any medicine or had any attacks in over a year. So that, for me, is why I use the product. Because if anybody knows what IBS is, you know what I'm talking about. It's severe pain. My husband would find me passed out sometimes with the pain. So it's no fun. But anyway, that was pretty much my health testimony. And plus I'm off of all my reflux medication, heartburn medication, and my hormones. No hormones anymore. I did take one last night, which I probably shouldn't have because I had taken one for a while and I thought, well, I'll take one so I don't have a hot flash or anything anymore. But I actually quit my job, my full-time job in November of last year because I was making more with Plexus than I was at my full-time job, just working with Plexus part-time. So I quit my job. I really just took a leap of faith because, you're like, do I not, so, but I did, and it's a complete blessing. I have an awesome team. I love them deeply, and Lori's great. Our whole team is awesome, and this is just the best opportunity that anybody can have. I mean, $34.95, it changed my life completely. And I'll leave it at that. And now I'm going to introduce Lori Cooper from Dexter, Missouri, and she is Diamond Ambassador.
Hello. Wow, thank you guys so much. It's Thursday evening. I know everybody's busy with jobs and kids getting back to school and all that stuff. So I'm just really thankful that you guys took the time out of your evening to show up. I have been wanting to come here for a while. Barb is absolutely amazing. I call her my quiet giant. She's always busy, just working. And she, just has an amazing team and amazing people up here. And so I wanted to see the faces and hear the stories in person and get to see everybody. I'll start out by just telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a Diamond Ambassador of Plexus Worldwide. I joined Plexus in April of 2013. And at that time, I was an RN. I worked home health. I live in a small town, about 7,000 people. And basically, when I got my job, I went to school later and I worked at the hospital for a few years, and then I found out about the home health job, and I was thrilled because it was great hours, it was flexible, I would have great benefits, it was one of the better paying jobs in our town, so it was like the perfect job. I was so happy. And for a while it seemed like the perfect job, but then things just kept getting piled on. And next thing I know, I'm pretty much working 7 days a week. I know I was working anywhere from 50 to 70 hours a week. My phone was always with me. Every night I'm preparing, finishing charting, falling asleep on the couch. Didn't feel like cooking, didn't feel like cleaning, didn't feel like doing anything with my kids. And then if the thought would cross my mind, maybe I should look for a different job, it just wasn't feasible. I mean, there wasn't any alternative that I looked at that was going to be able to pay me what I was making, have the benefits that I was making, and it's this spiral. So with that being said, if you think that I was out there looking for another job or anything else that was going to take my time, no way. Plexus absolutely just kind of fell in my lap. My coworker, my friend, her husband found out about Plexus, and he actually, researches everything. Anything he ever gets involved with, he just dives into it. He's a numbers person. He wants to know what it is. So he found out about this by watching a coworker that had signed up in January and had some great results for health and depression and things, and found out what she was doing. So he signed him and his wife up. Took Sarah to a meeting about 20 miles from us, and here's all these people, with all these testimonies. She swings open the door the next morning and she says, "Lori, you've got to do this with me." And I will never forget it. I'm standing there behind the desk, just getting my stuff ready to go. And I looked up and I said, "Okay, yeah." And I'm like, where'd that come from? God did it. I know he did it. But I'm thinking, I had no clue what we were getting involved with, no clue what we were doing. Just a couple weeks before then, we had done our taxes, Greg and I, and we had opened a business that year that wasn't a success, lost a bunch of money. And we had this conversation with each other because we've always wanted to try stuff, always wanted to do stuff. And I looked at him and I said, "You know what? I'm going to be a nurse forever. You're going to do FedEx forever. And this is what we're going to do." We had that conversation. We're sitting in the bedroom and he's like, "No, you're right. We're done. We're just done with anything else." So I can only imagine what he was thinking when I started this new venture. And so basically, Sarah gives me this trial pack. She tells me to take it while I'm waiting on my, welcome pack to come in. And first thing I noticed was first day of the pink drink, about 2:00 in the afternoon, I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't falling asleep trying to chart. And right there, I was like, oh my gosh, that was a big deal to me. That was one of the biggest deals to me. Next thing I noticed over the week was, every day, I don't care how hard I talked to myself before I left the house, that I wasn't going to do it. And at lunchtime, McDonald's, Sonic, Burger King, wherever, I ended up there, whether I wanted to or not. And so after about, a few days on the product, I noticed I wasn't wanting all that anymore. I wasn't wanting this. Sodas weren't tasting good. Sweet tea wasn't tasting good. I had more energy. I felt better. My family informed me that my mood was better. And it just right then and there, I knew there was something to this. And so found out about a meeting having again about 20 miles from our house. And I went to that meeting. I dragged my daughter with me. And I said, we're going to go see what this is all about. And Sonia Dudley was at the meeting. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there in the chair and I'm listening to everything she has to say. The room was packed. It was like this. It was packed. And people were standing up and they were telling, you know, they're off insulin, they're off blood pressure medicine, they've lost weight, they're off depression medicine. And as a nurse, I'm just sitting here thinking, no way, you know, but these are ordinary people. And then these animals are standing up and they're talking about how they're making this money. They've only been in it for a few months. You know, they're stay-at-home moms. They worked at the License Bureau. And then Sonia shares her story. She had just turned emerald. She had quit her job. She was working selling what, modular homes? Yeah, that's what she was doing before Plexus. She had just turned emerald. She was making $10,000 a month. And she shared that with us at that meeting. That right there was the day that I was no longer going to be a nurse. Because I believed that if she could do it, and these girls could do it, and why couldn't I do it? And my daughter believed it too. And so we went home, and after that, we started telling everybody about Plexus. We went to convention in June, which was just a couple months later. And again, it was 1st of June, and was just confirmation that we were in the right place. It was almost like being at church that weekend. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was just a whole weekend of tears. And that's when my husband had been just kind of watching me through this whole thing. And I'm really surprised he wasn't saying more. I heard him say a couple things. He was like, I ordered like a welcome pack or the high rollers because everybody was wanting to try it. And he's like, how much money are you spending? It's sold. You know, I wasn't telling him that I was getting these checks in every week. I was too busy to cash them. They were going in my purse, still there. So I hear him, and I don't even remember. It was in June sometime. I heard him in there. He's laying on the bed talking to his cousin because they talk like every day. And he said, yeah, she says she's making all this money. I've not seen any of it. And so I go in there, and I just got those checks, and I fanned them out. And I was like, looky here. And he's like, oh, wow, there's something to this. So he was on board. And, you know, once I got my friends and my family Plexus, it confirmed to me that it was absolutely amazing. I have friends off diabetic insulin. I have friends off depression medication. I have friends that lost weight. I have lots of friends that have joined me in this business and are making an incredible income, that have quit their jobs. It's just been an absolute dream for us, absolute blessing. You know, in July 23rd, I signed up on July 23rd, I was able to quit my job. And it should have been one of the scariest things I ever did, but it wasn't. It was I will never forget walking out that door, and they all thought I was crazy. Don't think they didn't. They thought I was crazy. And there too, there had left like a week before I did. And I left there, and I knew I was never going to be back. And my life was going to be completely different, and it was. So it's just been absolutely amazing. So what I would like to do tonight is we want to share a little bit with you guys about Plexus. We want to share our belief with you about the products, about our compensation plan, let you hear some stories of what it's doing for other people and what's happening with their health and wealth. So I'll read the disclaimer real quick. I should have done that, but the opportunity of a lifetime is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. Plexus Worldwide wants you to know that the results that you have heard and are about to hear may come from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, diagnose, or prevent any disease. Okay, so this is just a little bit of facts. I'm going to have to look at that screen instead of that one because I can't see that far. A little bit of facts about our company. So basically, in 2005, we started as a breast health company. And then 2009 is when we expanded into weight loss. That's when they were introduced with the Slim. And that, we don't have time for all the stories, but they're absolutely amazing stories. 2010, we had 900 168,000 annual revenue. 2011, 10 million. 2012, 37 million. 2013, 159 million, and that quadrupled. And then 2015, we're on track to be a billion-dollar company soon. So, and over 40% of our sales are purchased by customers, not ambassadors, and we are a debt-free company, and that's huge. Alec and Tarl, the owners of our company, you know, they wanted to start a company that could and should be done in network marketing the way it should be done, and they did. And this is very important, that we're debt-free and we stay debt-free, so that every decision that we make is going to put us, you know, forward into the future, and we don't ever have to make any decisions based on our checkbook. So, you know, one thing about our product, we are absolutely in the right place at the right time. You know, the number one killer by the year 2013 is going to be diabetes. There's probably not anyone in here that does not know someone with diabetes. We also, what about chronic pain? That's a big issue. I mean, I'm sure all of you know people with this going on. So our first product, and we're just going to go over these real fast, is our Plexus Slim. This is our core product. So how many of you guys is there anybody in here that has not tried Plexus? Okay, woo, yeah, would you like to try it real quick? Just so you can see how it tastes and things like that? Okay, they're gonna get you some of that. So this is our pink drink, a little pink drink. And basically all it is, it's a packet. This container comes with 30 packets in it, and it's a packet, and you mix it in a bottle of water, shake it up, and you drink it once a day. It's easy. If it wouldn't have been easy, I wouldn't have done it. I was never one to stick to anything. I was never one to, you know, do anything that was going to be hard. I never wanted to diet because I didn't want to mess with having to figure how many calories or all that stuff. So that was one thing why I was successful with this, because it was so easy, so easy. And it's all natural. Lose weight by inches by burning fat, not muscles. Helps with your blood sugar, your cholesterol and lipids at healthy levels. Helps increase your willpower over food. A lot of people notice that they just start changing their cravings. They're not wanting the sweets, the sodas, the fast food. They're wanting more water. I did not like water before Plexus. And it's crazy how now, you know, I would pick water instead of soda or tea. It's not a meal replacement. That's a big deal. A lot of people, they're scared. They don't want a meal replacement. And this is just something you add to your daily routine. It's fast and easy and saves you time. Okay, these two products, the Accelerator and the Boost, are supplements to go with our Slim to help with the weight loss. You want to get with your ambassador to talk about which one you might like. Usually if someone doesn't like one, they'll like the other. But the Accelerator Plus, it also has something to help with mood in it. And it has a natural caffeine. The Boost is a thermogenic. So those are only two products that cannot be taken together. Everything else can be taken together. So you just have to pick one of these. Block. Block does exactly what it says it does. I love the Block. It blocks up to 48% of carbs and sugars. Anytime we want to lose weight, what are the things that pop in our head that we need to cut out of our diet? Yeah, carbs and sugars. So I was really, really excited when the Block come along, because now I didn't have to feel as guilty when I was eating something I didn't want to eat. But basically for the Block, if you haven't been told, if the best way to take it is to take 1 to 2 before 2 of your biggest meals, but do it 30 minutes before you eat. That's how it works the best. I know that's hard to time sometimes, and if you forget, it's okay. Just take it, you know, when you remember, but that's the best way to take it. ProBio 5. I love the ProBio 5. So many testimonies about the ProBio 5. So basically, you know, do you suffer from sugar cravings, inexplicable fatigue, or bloating, or brain fog? Everybody know what brain fog is? If you don't, say you are at one end of the house and you're walking to the other end of the house to go get something, but by the time you get to the other end, you've forgotten what it was. Yeah, that's brain fog. We all have it. So this definitely is something that can help with that. It features 5 probiotics and added enzymes. With, it's becoming more and more recognizable now. Excuse me. You see it all over the television now. You see it on the shelves. Used to, we didn't see anything like this, but gut health is becoming more, doctors are talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Because of the foods we eat, the processed foods and the things it has in it, we have to have something to help. Sorry. Got a tickle in my throat. All right. So if you are taking ProBio 5, you want to add the BioCleanse in with it. Because what the ProBio 5 does, and the ProBio 5 is the only product that has an antifungal in it also to help with your gut health. So the ProBio 5 is in there and it's killing everything and it's getting all the bad stuff out of your body. The BioCleanse is going to come in and it's going to help get rid of all of it. Now, don't be scared by the word cleanse. I was terrified by it. I had probably had this product for a week or two before I got the nerve up to use it because I was just like, oh no, I've never done this before. But it's nothing. It's just something that you add to your daily routine. You're going to notice that you're having better bowel movements. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but a lot of us weren't, and we didn't even realize it, what normal was. And it's great not to have the bloated feeling every day and just to feel better in general. It helps oxygenate the entire body, cleanse the gastrointestinal tract and arteries, helps energize the body and enhances weight loss, supports collagen production, and relieves occasional constipation. So you'll talk to a lot of ambassadors that love this product. Boom. The triplex. This right here is our most popular combo. This combo has so many testimonies behind it of just people getting healthy, feeling better, helping with just so many things. I don't even have time to list all of them. I would never be able to. But this right here, if there's any questions and you just want better health in general, this is your combo to take. Okay, real quick, just a few of our other products as our X Factor. Everybody takes a vitamin. A lot of people don't realize that when they're taking vitamins, especially if it's just like an over-counter Walmart vitamin, most of it it just goes right out, right through your system. This has the aloe in it. It helps with the absorption. And the New Zealand black currant also helps send the vitamins and the nutrients exactly where they need to be in your body. It's really incredible. The X Factor, I know a lot of pregnancy with doctor's approval have been taking this product. Supports whole body wellness, super potent antioxidant protection. This is our newest product that was just introduced, the Omega X. It is the only product in the world that is omegas that's plant-based. So no fishy, no fish burps, no worried about the quality of the fish oil. So this has been really great. It supports healthy lipids, the cardiovascular health, normal cholesterol and blood pressure levels, support for brain health, helps with stress management, and aids in relaxation. Those bottom two were, I know, big for a lot of people too. So this already is going to be a really, really popular product. We all need to be taking Omega. All right. This is just like a really quick list of just some kind of ideas. If you're wanting to lose weight, some different combos that you might want to choose. If you're wanting to gain your overall health back, those different products that you would like to use has a triplex at the end. And then some of our other products, we have the Ease, which is for pain relief. We have our body cream, our Fast Relief Nerve Health, and our Breast Check Kit. So altogether, we have 14 products. You can get with your ambassador and talk about all of these can be fit into your lifestyle, and there are amazing testimonies on each and every one. Okay, so right now we're going to do some health testimonies. So anybody that wants to take has already said that they would give one if they want to come up.
I think I'm first, right? She was looking right at me, so I just.
Y'all are my high points.
Okay.
Okay. In 2009, my husband died, and left me a widow after we'd been together 35 years. So, my name's Sarah Williams. I live here in Hurricane, right behind my daughter in Hurricane. Anyway, after he passed away, I just thought, well, I'm just going to sit here and eat till I die. And that's all I thought I'd do. And I weighed 266 pounds. And so and then I found out I couldn't walk downstairs and I couldn't get through Walmart. Well, that's a big deal. If you can't get through Walmart, you're in trouble. So I thought I better do something really quick. And that was in 2010. I had a lap band put in. And I lost 50 pounds right away and started feeling really good. I thought, this is great, man. This works, And then it quit. I couldn't lose any more weight. So then I started on what's this? I'll try that. I'll try the bees pollen, and I'll try this, I tried those wraps. I wrapped them around myself and wore them, the slimy stuff, all night, all day, just hoping I'd get rid of something, Anyway, none of that, I couldn't stay in the gym. None of that stuff really worked for me because I just don't have any patience. So anyway, Michelle was doing something my upline was doing something on the internet, showing, and I thought, I'll try hers too. So sign me up, Michelle, I just thought it'd be just like the rest of them. I'd take it for a little bit, and I'd either lose a little weight and gain it all back, or I just couldn't stay on it. I just couldn't do meal replacements and all that stuff. So what I did was I got on it, and I loved the way it made me feel. And I was like, well, I'm not losing weight real fast like I have with the lap band, but I love the way this makes me feel. So I just kept taking it. And I noticed every season, now it'll be 3 years in January, I've went from wearing a 16 to an 8'10". And I'm going to tell you something. Inflammation, I have osteoarthritis. I've had 2 joints replaced. No swelling, no redness, no, laying in a lot of pain anymore. And you know what? My joints are bad. They really are. I mean, the doctors have told me you're going to have to get this replaced and that replaced. But you know what? Unless I really, really walk a lot or do something a lot, I don't feel it. So if I don't ever do anything, if I never lose another pound, just that alone and feeling as good as I do will be the reason I stay on it for the rest of my life. And that's why I do it.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Misty Mullins. I'm a Silver Ambassador. My sister started Plexus in November and stayed on to me until March 25th when I decided to try it. Because even though she's older than me, I did less than her. I had fibromyalgia, neuropathy, hormone imbalance, and was actually scheduled to have a surgery because of it. I've been anemic since I was 16. The list goes on and on. I would keep you guys here all night. But 2 weeks after starting the product, my husband said, guys, close your ears. Okay, I started my monthly, but I wasn't like evil, you know what I mean, 5-7 days before. And so I told him, he was like, are you serious? Like, really? I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to cancel my surgery. So I done that. And then I continued to take it. I took the Triplex starting out and added Accelerator the second month. Then I noticed that my neuropathy, I would roll out of bed and I dreaded my feet touching the floor because of the pain. I knew it was going to shoot straight up through them. But I started feeling better and I didn't dread getting out of bed. And I could stand and wash dishes and cook dinner without being on the side of my feet and sitting in a chair to finish things. I'm 38. I shouldn't feel that way. But I had, my daughter just turned 11. Since right after she was born, I've had these problems, and I've always been a very physical person. So I will take these products for life. I'm no longer anemic. I went from 7 to 8 hemoglobins to 13 and a half. I couldn't take hormone therapy for the hormone imbalance, for my thyroid stimulating hormone being low, and it's almost back to normal. My vitamin D is back to normal. I mean, my blood work is just wonderful all the way across. I had hypotension and episodes to where it was 50/30, like pass out, getting ready to hit the floor. And since March 25th, I haven't had any of those episodes. So that just goes to tell you, it's not age-related, these illnesses. It helps, like I said, my husband's not on blood pressure medicine, and he should have been. My father-in-law's getting ready to go off diabetes medication, blood pressure medication. He's off neuropathy medication, and he's only been on it since June 19th and has lost 22 pounds. He didn't start it to lose weight. He started it to get off the medications because they're damaging his kidneys and liver. But that was just the benefit. So that's my testimony.
Sierra.
I don't usually write notes. I try to, actually, Katie usually just asks me to come up and give my testimony. So I did write notes. I don't know if I'll follow them or not, but I do not do well talking in front of people. So my why is back in March, my mom went to an opportunity meeting. It was her first meeting in Charleston, and she was sold the first time that she ever heard about the product. So she became an ambassador that night. And she immediately started talking to me and my brother and our spouses about the products. She was ranting and raving about them, even though she hadn't even started them yet. And and she said, "You've got to try this here. I heard all about this stuff. You have to try it." I said, "No, Mom, I'm not going to do that." She kept on, and she became a crazy plexus lady. And she talked me into trying the products. I purchased a 7-day trial. 3 days in, I was sold. I have been fairly fit and active and healthy my whole life, but what people didn't see was what was on the inside, and that was me suffering from depression, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, brain fog, and one of the worst for me is I had suffered from migraines, and I had 3 to 4 migraines a week. So what has Plexus done for me? Well, I sleep like a baby. My depression and anxiety are almost non-existent. I no longer have that brain fog. I have energy throughout the day, and I have not had a migraine since March when I started. So that's saying a lot. What have I gained from Plexus? Well, I've gained an even bigger purpose in my life. I'm also an RN, and I just feel like I'm more inspiring and getting others healthy, and I try and work on that daily. I have gained friends, amazing friends with Plexus, and have become reacquainted with old ones. I have gained more confidence and a better outlook on life. So I thank God every day for Plexus and what it's done for me.
Billy.
My name is Billy Miller, and I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador. This month is my 1-year anniversary month. Yay! But what has Plexus done for me? Plexus has totally changed every part of my whole life. But for me personally, I too suffered with migraines. I had migraines for more than 28 years. I was involved in a really bad car accident where I had 35 broken bones in my face. And I had to have many surgeries and a lot of reconstruction to get back to what I looked like before. But at least one night a month, I usually slept in the bathroom floor because I was up chucking all night long from the headaches. And I had several a week. I would have to work even with the migraine pain. I mean, it was just life. For a long time, I was a single mom, and I didn't have a choice. I had to work. But they actually wanted me to have a surgery that would treat the migraines, but it would leave me partially paralyzed. Who would do that? Nobody. But another thing that happened for me, well, with the migraines, after I started Plexus, I've had 2 migraines, and one of them lasted for about 4 hours, but I never considered it a migraine compared to what I had before. It was just like, okay, here we go. I mean, it was nothing compared to what I had before. And then the other one lasted for about 20 minutes and it was gone. And that's the only 2 that I've had. And for people that know my life, in the past year, ever since I started Plexus, I've had major either parents or in-law medical issues, and it has been totally stressed the whole year. And I still have only had the 2 headaches. So I think that's awesome. When I was a small child, I had rheumatic fever. And as a result of that, it left me with heart murmurs, which healed, but it always left me with a really high triglyceride level. I weighed 80, 90 pounds, and I had a 400 triglyceride level, always. And last November, when I went for my annual physical, and my doctor called me a few days later, the nurse did, and she kept saying, we've had your lab work checked 3 times. We know it's right, so, it is right. And I kept saying, well, just give it to me. That's the call you never want to get. And she said, no, it's good. She said, your triglyceride levels. She said, doc wants to know what you've been doing. And I said, just Plexus. Why? She said, well, your triglycerides are 25. And I mean, that was just like unreal. I mean, I never dreamed that, especially that soon, because I didn't start the products until August the 28th. So in that short of time period. The other thing that it did is after the car wreck, I had a lot of facial pain all the time, which nobody ever knew that. But I mean, there would be times that my face would just ache constantly, and I haven't had any face ache since I started the Plexus products. Okay. And I know my voice is quivering, but the next part I'm going to talk about is really, really emotional for me. The main reason that I found Plexus was because of my dad. My dad had rheumatoid arthritis for more than 25 years. And he had got to the point where the doctor said, there's nothing we can do for you. He was in bed 3 to 5 days a week, and he couldn't do anything. I mean, he would just moan and groan and be in pain constantly. And I would actually hear him pray for God to take him out because his pain was that bad. And his hands would be so swollen that we had pillows that we had him to keep his hands on, because I worked in healthcare for a lot of years, and I've actually seen people's skin burst open from swelling. And his was to that point. I mean, it was massive. It was awful. But the doctors, and he told us, he said, he's taking everything he can. He has a history of lung cancer. I can't give him a lot of the normal medications. And, this is just his life. This is the way it's going to be. And as bad as you think this is, it's going to get a whole lot worse. And I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do for him. He was on maximum dose of prednisone that you can take long term. He was on Plaquenil and Imuran. And there was one of those medications that they could adjust slightly, but he said, I know you think it's bad now, but it's really not. He said, because it's going to get that much worse. So I need to save that one adjustment for when there's nothing else I can do, He said, but it's not going to help his pain. It's just going to help some of the swelling, but it won't touch his pain. And the thing with my dad is most people have rheumatoid in just 1 or 2 joints. My dad had it from his neck to his feet, every single joint from his neck down. They had actually done a series of testing because they thought that he had bone cancer, and everything came back as rheumatoid arthritis. So I started really praying and begging and pleading with God to send me something to help my dad, because I knew I had a very short window of time, because I knew my dad had given up. I didn't have a long time. I knew that. And I saw Katie's post on Facebook. Katie and I had been friends for many years. And I went to the Plexus meeting. I had no idea what it was. I just knew in my spirit that I needed to go. So I went. And I'm a researcher, so I started researching that night. And a few weeks later, I signed up, and I got products for my dad. And in 2.5 weeks, my dad was pain-free on Plexus. And that in September 9th will be 1 year. He doesn't have pain from rheumatoid arthritis anymore. my dad was able to go out and mow a 1 acre lawn, or it's 1.5 acre lawn. He was able to trim trees. He was able to walk to neighbors' houses that he hadn't done for years. And for you all that live here in town, last October 16th, I think it was the 16th, we had the Harvest Festival. Barbie and I were there, and my dad parked over by Serendipity Cupcakes and walked to the barn over in the park carrying lawn chairs for me and my mom. In just a little over a month on Plexus, you know, and he just kept sitting there and he just kept doing this. And I said, why do you do that? Why do you just do this? He said, because I haven't done it for 20 years. You know, it feels pretty good. I never could do it, you know. So we go back to the doctor about 3 months after that, after he started his Plexus, and the doctor comes in and he's just like, real Mr. Gilman, you know, he would just barely attach him. He goes, but literally, if you touched my dad like this before, it would put him in orbit. It was that bad. And he kept saying, really? What are you doing? You know? And then he said, well, let me come back. So he went and got his laptop because he thought he had my dad mixed up with somebody else. So he went and got his laptop to make sure he remembered my dad as bad as he thought he did. And he came back, so he wanted to know what we were doing. And we told him Plexus and all that. So he started looking at it and everything. So he gave it a thumbs up. It was okay. So then we went to the other doctors and they all said it was okay. It's good to go, you know. So we'll fast forward to now. We had an appointment about a month ago. It was about a month ago. And he was checking my dad and he kept looking at him and he was checking his joints. And he said, you know, your joints are really good. They're really, really good. And he said, they're good. And he stopped and he just looked at me. He said, no, they're just right down great. He said, to the point where if I had other doctors in here and I told him how bad they were, they would have me evaluated because his joints have recovered remarkably well. He said, it's amazing how much his joints have recovered from the effects of the rheumatoid arthritis. They are going to start weaning him off of all rheumatoid arthritis medication. They're going to start doing that in about 3 weeks. And the prednisone will be the last thing, because the bad thing with rheumatoid arthritis is it will cause pulmonary fibrosis. And because my dad was a coal miner and he had construction jobs and things like that, he has a lot of issues with his lungs. And the rheumatoid was so bad that it did damage to his lungs. And not long ago, my dad looked at me and he said, you know, this really, really sucks. Why would you say that? He said, because he said, all these years, he said, I couldn't do anything because I hurt so bad I couldn't even walk across the room. He said, and now I don't hurt at all, but I can't breathe to walk across the room, you know. But his pulmonary functions are getting better. You know, that's mind-blowing to all of the doctors because they are getting better. So his rheumatologist and his pulmonologist are now wanting to start a study to see if Plexus reverses the damage to pulmonary disease.
Okay, I think we have one more, Amelia.
Hello. Everybody was so prepared with their notes, and I'm not. So I'm going to try to keep this short. But Plexus has seriously changed my life completely. So I might have a lot to say, but I'll keep it short too. I actually heard about Plexus. My mom turned into a crazy Plexus lady in February, and she was blasting my Facebook newsfeed all the time. And I said, no, I don't need this. I don't need to lose weight. I don't want it. So I called my mom one evening, or texted her actually, and I sent her a picture of my eczema on my hand. It was so severe. It was bleeding, and it was really awful. And I texted her and I said, Mom, I can't do this anymore. I was crying. It was painful. And she said, okay, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way to help you, because no doctor had helped me yet. They put me on allergy pills. They put me on 5 different topical creams. I had to sleep with this glove with the stuff they put on cow hooves on my hand. It was really awful. So my husband hated that. But so she's like, I'm going to help you. And she started to talk to me more about this and about how it could help with my eczema. I said, well, I thought this was just about weight loss. How is this going to help me with my eczema? So I went to a meeting, And actually, that's where I met some of these ladies over here. And I learned so much. My eyes were opened. I learned Plexus was natural. Plexus was about gut health. Plexus was changing people's lives, not just with weight loss. So I think I texted my husband immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, we need this. We both had severe sweet cravings. I didn't say this, but we're both personal trainers and own a gym. So we encourage people to eat a really clean diet. Meanwhile, we are going home and making chocolate chip cookies because we can't fight the urge. I don't lie to you. And I know, he was addicted to Coke Zero. I said, okay, we need to try this. I had a few other issues going on personally that I thought, okay, maybe this could help me. I've suffered with really bad anxiety and depression ever since I had my first child about almost 3 years ago. And I thought that clean eating and exercise, I was exercising every day. I was like, I'm going to try to do this naturally and eat clean and see what I can do. And it wasn't helping. And if anyone knows, depression and anxiety, it can seriously affect your lives with your family and your friends and every part of your life. So I thought, for me, I'd like to try it for that. And I had developed a really bad pain in my elbow called tendonitis, and I was seeing a chiropractor. I had gotten injections twice, and it would always come back worse than the last time. So I said, all right, let's give this a shot. I waited 5 months, and, I just said, I don't want to spend that much money. I can't spend that much money. I was trying these other fat loss pills that no one knew about. And so I kept, so I kept making excuses. So my husband said, you better compensate for this somehow. And I said, all right, I won't get manicures or go out to dinner twice a week with my girlfriend. So I did it. And I signed up May 4th. I ordered, and I got my stuff 3 days later, and I started. And within 3 days, I was shocked. I didn't need a pot of coffee to get off my couch and cook my daughter breakfast, which is really sad and pathetic, but that was how I felt. I didn't sleep at night, so I didn't feel good the next day. So in 3 days, I had amazing energy, and I was like, whoa, I'm like cleaning closets out, and I was just a new woman. I thought, this is great. So within 5 days, actually, I didn't need my sleeping pills. They were actually anxiety medicine that my doctor put me on when I needed to go to sleep. So I didn't need those anymore. I was going to sleep. My body was relaxing when I laid down like it should, because that's normal. So I didn't need that. And about 2 weeks in, my joint pain in my elbow was completely gone. I went to my chiropractor and I said, I don't need to come today. And he's like, why? This is only your second time. I was like, but I started Plexus about almost 2 weeks ago and my pain is completely gone. So he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. So I didn't go back. I didn't need to. So that saved me a ton of money, and I didn't have to get painful injections anymore, which I loved. And about almost 3 weeks into it, my eczema it's completely gone now. I haven't worn my nasty glove at night and taken my medicines for that. So I love that. And I just started on the Triplex combo and the X Factor vitamin because I just wanted to, start with those 4 things. That's what everybody raves about. So I saw amazing results. So at week 5, I decided to add in the Boost because I work out and it's a thermogenic. So that would fit better with my lifestyle. And by week 7, so 2 weeks after that, people started noticing like, wow, your body's really changing. What's going on with you? And so a lot of people got excited by that. And I had to share with them what I was doing. And, people were telling me, kind of coming up to me saying, we've been noticing, like, you're a little happier. Like, what's been going on? I know. I was like, oh, my gosh, was I that miserable in the gym? They're like, well, you kind of were like, you were like a boot camp mean instructor. I was like, oh, gosh. But anyways, people were noticing all of these things going on with me. And I looked happier. I felt better. My body was changing. And I was like, this is amazing. So I actually told my mom when I first started, I started as an ambassador only because I wanted to get it the cheapest. And I knew I wasn't going to send my product back if I didn't like it because I don't even send back rebates for toasters. I just don't do that. So I knew I wasn't going to do that. So I jumped right in as an ambassador and I said, I'm just going to get this wholesale, Mom. I'm not going to sell. I love what you do, but that's just not my personality. I just can't do that. So when I started to feel so good and people were also noticing that, I couldn't help but share it. And like you've heard all these other ladies speak, like Plexus is saving lives. It's changing lives. And I would say Plexus did save my life. I have more energy. My husband has more energy. He works really hard. So on his days off, he wanted to lay on the couch before. And, that was sad. I was like, wow, is this going to be the rest of my life with my husband? sorry, we're not going to do fun things together anymore because he's so tired. So a month into that, I really changed where I am. So I feel like I got my husband back and my daughter got her parents back. So sorry, but it's been amazing and it's changed my life. So I can't help but everyone I meet and everyone I know and tell them what it's done for me and what it's done for people that I know, because we are truly changing lives. That's what we do. We're not, just sharing and being crazy Plexus ladies to sell, diet pills. That's not what Plexus is about. It's so different than, people come up to me and ask me all the time, I might do this diet. I want to do this. And I'm like, okay, well, really, you need to go back to the basics. Like, let's look at your nutrition. Let's talk about gut health. And like she said, it's coming up everywhere. Gut health is important. My symptoms, not one doctor said to me, let's talk about your diet. And when I say diet, I mean what you put in your body every day. Not one doctor said, are you on a probiotic? No one said that to me. They were just writing me prescriptions. So that was that kind of opened my eyes a little. And before I signed up, I did a whole lot of research on Plexus because I'm really into that. My husband has never put anything in his body. He just doesn't believe in it, even Advil. So researched all the ingredients, not just what's on the website. I went to third-party sources because that's kind of how I am. If I'm going to take something, I want to know. So I read all of the good reviews, all of the bad reviews, the studies on the ingredients, and I realized, wow, these ingredients are so good for us. 70% of Americans are deficient in magnesium. I didn't know that. That could maybe be why I have sweet cravings or why I have anxiety. And so it's opened my eyes to so much more than that. I am really focusing on gut health and healing the body naturally. And Plexus has been a tool that's done that for me. So it's changed my life. I don't want to go on too long, but I just want to say thank you, because really it was because, I came to that meeting and you were there and I learned so much about it. And if I hadn't have been there, I just happened to be at that meeting. It was at my restaurant, so I had to open up. But yeah, and then you saw the look on my face. I was like, I looked miserable. I had, everyone that I had that miserable resting bee face. Everyone says I don't have that anymore. Okay, this is my face now. I just walk around like this. So, but if I had not been there that day, my life would not be here. I would not be right here right now. I would not have the confidence to stand up here and be able to talk. So Plexus has changed my life, and it's changed a lot. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Wow, I don't even know if we need to finish this meeting after all those testimonies. That's amazing. Well, I think you all have heard that we have products that directly address the health needs of Americans today. You've learned a little bit of what it's doing for a lot of people. Just real quick, stand if you have lost 30 pounds or more. Awesome. Okay, stay standing. Woo! Stand if you've lost 20 pounds or more. 10 pounds. 5 pounds. Wow, that's awesome. Everybody hand. That's awesome. All right, and just real quick, raise your hand if you have been helped in any other way by Plexus, like some of the immediate benefits with sleep, more energy, chronic pain, allergies, asthma, migraines, nerve damage, skin conditions, autoimmune disorders. Everybody. Okay. Awesome. So basically what our desire is for you guys to see that this is not a big fad diet. This is not a quick, get skinny pill. This is about health and wellness. And this is what our products are doing for people. Okay, so there's 3 ways for you to buy products. First of all, you can be a retail customer. It's a one-time order. You get the 60-day money-back guarantee, no minimum to order, and no contract. The next way to get our products is to become a preferred customer. You will be getting an auto shipment, but you also get 10% off of retail. You get a 60-day money-back guarantee, no minimum to order, no contract, an additional 10% on your fourth order from then on. So I really don't have too many people that order retail. I tell them jump on there, order preferred. You want to make sure you get that discount because you're probably going to love it and you're going to want to keep taking it. And then you're going to get an even better discount. And Plexus is amazing. Like they're ready to give for any reason, life, whatever. They need to cancel, call, it's done. It's not a big deal at all. So those are 2 ways to get it. And the third way is wholesale. So it's convenient ordering. One-time option to purchase welcome pack products priced below wholesale. We have some great kits to pick from. No minimum to order, the deepest discount that you can get, and you get this amazing business opportunity for $34.95. It comes with a website and a lot of people and an ability to get paid 11 different ways. And a lot of people that you meet in Plexus, you're going to hear them say, I accidentally got involved in this business. I get so many emails and messages and phone calls back when if I'm reaching out to my team and I'm asking them, why did you join Plexus? What do you want to do with Plexus? And they'll tell me, I joined just to get it wholesale. That's the only reason I joined it. But I found out that this is an amazing business and this has helped me bring extra income into the home. And, what happens is people start asking when they see that they're feeling great. They see they're not in pain. They see, they want to know, where can I get this stuff? So I'm going to just real briefly, I don't know how we're doing on time. Sorry. Okay. Plexus pays 11 different ways. A few of them are retail and wholesale commissions and rewards, business building and achievement bonuses, and pay points. So first thing I'll go over real quick, which is kind of the biggest thing, the hardest thing to understand, but it's actually the most important if you have a Plexus business. This is where the majority of your income will come eventually. And you get paid 7 levels down. And these are 7 women. Jen, Celeste, they all joined underneath each other. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Plexus pays your levels 1, 2, and 3 once they qualify, which means they've purchased or sold $100 a month. Once they qualify, you will get 5 points on them. Levels 4, you get 4 points. Level 5, you get 3 points. Level 6, you get 2 points. And level 7, you get 1 point. So that's those pay points on your team. That's how, when we talk about pay points and part of your compensation plan, that's what that means. Okay, this is just a little snapshot. This is really great. If you're a Plexus ambassador, something to print off and keep with you, just so you have it there to look and keep your focus on where you want to go and how you're going to get paid. Personal volume commission, 0. If you sell or purchase your $100 to $499, you're going to get 15% commission. Your $500 if you and up, it changes it to 25%. So when total sales are over $500, you make 25% on everything over $100. You also make 5% on all of your level 1s, whatever their sales are after $100. And you also make bonuses on all welcome packs sold and on individual products sold on your preferred customers. You get preferred customer bonuses. So another way, as you're building up, one of the first bonuses that you're going to get is if you become a silver ambassador. And that means that you're going to have 3 people join underneath you, whether it's wholesale or for the business, and that'll give you 15 points. You become a silver ambassador, and that's a $100 bonus. So that's a really big deal. It's a great way to make money right off the bat. And then we have gold. You get a $250 bonus. Senior gold, $350 bonus. Ruby, $500 bonus. Senior ruby, $750 bonus. And then you get to the emerald. The emerald, you actually are put into a pool. Plexus takes 50% of everything they make and they put it into a pool. And that's how they pay their ambassadors. Well, they take 3% of that pool and only divide it up between the emerald ambassadors. And so you get a portion of that along with your pay points, along with your commission, along with your preferred bonuses, along with your welcome pack bonuses. And you also get to pick out a white Lexus. And you get paid $500 a month every month for that Lexus. And then When you become Sapphire, you get an extra 1%, so that makes a total of 4%. And then when you become Diamond, you get another 1%, so that's a total of 5% of the pool. And that 1% is only divided between the diamonds, and then you get to pick out a black Lexus, and you're paid $1,000 a month to pay for that Lexus. It's pretty cool. Okay, this right here, I think is really, really important to have and to know where it's at and to be able to, look at it. Our company had to go through an audit to prove that this is how much money we make. This is how much an average ambassador makes at each level of the company. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I will just talk real quickly about your silver ambassador. That's an extra $5,000 a month that people are bringing, a year that people are bringing into their home. $5,000 a year. I know for me, when I was a nurse, if I wanted to take a vacation or do something extra, where was I going to come up with that money? Because most of the time the money was already accounted for. That means I was going to have to put in a lot of extra overtime. I was going to have to add more hours to make that money. So for just people to be able to bring $5,000 a year into their home by working a couple hours a week, an hour a week, sometimes not even that, that's just incredible. So you can just kind of look at each levels. You've heard a lot of people talk about being gold, being ruby, senior ruby, emerald, sapphire, diamonds. That's the average income. This right here is me and my friends and my daughter. This is very emotional for me because this is how our life changed. We all worked, except for my daughter. We're all nurses, and we all worked for the same company. And I just say nurses because I just want you guys to know what kind of jobs we had and where we were at in life. You don't have to be a nurse to do Plexus. You can be whatever you want. Plexus does not require a college degree. It doesn't require a credit history. It doesn't require a background. You can do anything you want with Plexus. So right here, this is my friend Sarah, and she's an Emerald Ambassador, almost Sapphire, anytime. And this is me. I'm a Diamond. My friend Kathy, she's an Emerald. My daughter, Kara, she's a Senior Ruby. And my friend Jamie, she's a Senior Ruby. So it's just all of our lives have completely changed, and our families' lives and our kids' lives. The reason why I put this up here is because we get a lot of questions about how do I go silver. That's one thing that I try to talk to my team about. It's so important that when you sign up as an ambassador and you want to, even if you just want to make your money back on your products, real quick, do this and you can be silver. So our triplex is our most popular package. You probably ordered it when you signed up. You get 3 people to do the same, join you and order that package, and that gets you to silver. So it's just a quick little photo. Plexus perks. Before Plexus, our idea of a vacation, we didn't take a vacation every year. If we was able to take a vacation, it was, pile into the car, drive to the beach, stay about 10 minutes from the beach in a hotel room. There were 6 of us in one hotel room. Pack the lunches, all the work. But it was amazing to us. It was absolutely amazing. But those were our vacations. They were great. But when Plexus, in September, I won the Silver Star trip, and they sent us to Phoenix, and then they sent us to New York because we won the shopping spree. And they said, I honestly could never have even dreamt up these vacations in my head. That's how incredible they are. So if somebody before Plexus would have told me to dream up, if you had all the money in the world, where you would want to go, where you'd want to stay, I wouldn't even come up with some of the stuff that I've experienced since Plexus. The top picture in the middle are me and my daughters with Victor Antonio. What's really amazing is being able to work this business with your family, your parents, your kids. We've had, lots of people talk about I signed up because of my mom, signed up, because of my sister, and it's fun. It's so much fun. Galas, convention or Lexus checks. I mean, it's just crazy. It still seems crazy, but it's the real deal. Just a little bit more about Plexus. We've been named number 8 in the Inc. 500. We've been in the Success for Home magazines, which we have some up here if you want to look at. With a 16,458% growth rate over 3 years. How many business owners would love to have that kind of growth rate? Achieved Direct Selling News 2014, Global 100. Saying Plexus Worldwide may be the biggest company in direct sales industry that you've never heard of. I love that. Never heard of, because that is still true today. And Plexus is financially free. Okay. So, since you all are at an Opportunity of a Lifetime meeting, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Opportunity of a Lifetime. So it says that if you are a direct sales company and you have less than 500,000 people, it is considered ground floor. Well, right now, Plexus has probably just over 250,000 people. So we're considered an Opportunity of a Lifetime. The products sell themselves. The company's first class. It's changing Plexus lives, health-wise and wealth-wise. I know my $35 investment has been made back thousands of times already. $35. It's crazy. There are less than 300 people right now. I don't know the final number lately. We've had but less than 300 people driving Lexuses. It's, and also, we're what, right over here right now? Yeah.
No.
No, none. I live in Missouri, okay? I live right there in Missouri. It says 10. I think there's 11 of us now. But every one of those are within, except for 2, are within 20 minutes of each other. 20 minutes driving Lexuses. Yeah. It's crazy. And still, no one knows about Plexus. No one. It's amazing. And we haven't even, and we're all like stuck right in there and still just have, it's crazy. So I just want to show you this map to kind of see. I know people think because they see Facebook on Plexus on Facebook, oh, everybody's selling it or this and that. And it's like, really nobody. This is just such an amazing opportunity. So I think that's about it. What if Plexus could change everything? So I just want to thank you guys a lot for coming and just hearing about what Plexus has done for us, what Plexus is as a company, and I hope you take the opportunity to get back with the ambassador that invited you here and find out how you can get a hold of these products or how you can start this business opportunity. And Barb, do you have anything else to say? Oh, absolutely. Yep, I forgot. We're going to have some financial testimony. So if everybody that wants to give everybody that wants to do a financial testimony, come up front.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tiffany. I joined Plexus the end of March of this year. I'm now a silver ambassador with Plexus. That happened in June, I do believe. Just a quick little testimony. I actually joined for health reasons. I was going through a hard time, and I just dove right in to get my products the cheapest. Since then, every month my Plexus paycheck increases. With my second Plexus check, I was able to get cable service at my apartment for the first time in 6 years. That was a big deal in my house. My Plexus paycheck also pays for my products every month, so that doesn't come out of any personal income whatsoever. So not only do I get my products paid for, I can pay a cable bill and still have money to play with. So it's been a blessing. $35 is all it took. So I encourage everybody to do it.
Hello, I'm Kelly. Live here in Hurricane. I started Plexus in November. I went to a meeting and met Barb, and she talked me into signing up for the $35. And I, like everyone else, took it for health reasons too, but which I'm doing great and all that stuff. But my biggest reward right now is the financial side is really awesome. When you try to feed a family of 5 on $60 a week grocery money, having this extra Plexus money coming in monthly is pretty awesome. So it's pretty sad that I'm really happy about extra grocery money, but it's not just the grocery money, but just having that extra money is great.
My name is Tracy Kirk. I'm a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I'll just take a couple minutes because I do not have notes, okay? So I'm not a public speaker, so I may forget to tell you a few key points that I really want to say. But what brought Plexus into my life was I was looking for health and weight loss. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse since 2001. I worked weekends because that's when we could make the most money. So I took a lot of time away from my kids on the weekends. I missed a lot of their friends' birthday parties. I missed a lot of ball games because that's the financial situation that I was in. I felt strapped. I had to do that on the weekend to make the extra buck. But anyways, I was looking for weight loss. I had gained about 40 pounds that I didn't want. And my mom, Billy Miller, told my mom about Plexus. We had never heard about it. We met her one day for lunch. My mom said, come along with me because you're into that natural stuff. You can tell me if this is really like good. And so we did, and we both joined. We joined wholesale because we thought, well, we want to get it the cheapest way we can. I knew my husband probably would want to take it, and I wanted my kids to be on the products too for their health and allergies and asthma, that kind of thing. So I joined wholesale. Never, ever did I think that I would sell Plexus. I didn't want a business. I was busy enough. I thought, gosh, my weekends are tied up. My weekdays are tied up with my kids and school and all of this. Well, come to find out, the very first week I got the products, I loved it. I started to have more energy. I started to have less cravings. The people at work started noticing, hey, you're not going to the snack machine and grabbing a candy bar after your lunch, and what's up with you? So just like everybody else has said, I mean, my story kind of sounds similar because that's how it was working for me also. And after they started seeing that, they started saying, well, how do I get it? So I told them, well, you can sign up, you can do the same thing, So they did. Well, a month into it, I started getting these weekly checks. Well, that was extra grocery money for me. That was extra gas money that I really, really needed. And so it just kind of evolved into this business because I thought, well, these people are signing up with me. I need to help them. I need to, help them find the way to go and answer their questions. So, in less than a year, basically, I have replaced my nursing salary. I'm able to spend more time with my family. I did not quit work. However, I just switched to a part-time position that is a couple of days a week, not weekends. No more weekends for me. And I actually took a pay cut, but I love nursing. I can't leave nursing. I love it. That's what I do. While my kids are in school, I'm not working during the week, So I just feel blessed. I prayed for God to send me a means to make extra money. Never, ever, ever did I think that Plexus was it. But it has really, really, really changed my life. And I'm so, so thankful.
I thought I might get out of it, but they stopped me. I'm Katie Smith, Senior Ruby from here in Hurricane. And I kind of got into Plexus begrudgingly, I guess, a little bit, if that's a word, right? So we went to Florida to visit my friend Michelle, who's she's now a Diamond Ambassador. My mom hooked it on the product. You all heard her testimony. And so we go down there just to visit. I mean, we're longtime friends. So we're staying the night and we're up late talking. All the kids are in bed. And my husband pipes up and he says, "Hey, Tim, yeah, I think I want to try that Plexus stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, shh." Like, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so, you know, when we do things, it was very budgeted. I mean, you know, there was times we go to the gas station and put $3 in the tank because that's what we had. So when he said that, I'm like, oh, he's opened a can. Like, because, you know, how am I going to be able to look at Michelle and be like, yeah, don't talk about this. So Michelle looks over at me and she's like, "Katie," she said, "all you have to do is sign up, wholesale, you know, and share it with a couple friends. You get your product paid for." And, you know, outside I'm going, yeah. But inside I'm going, oh, there's no way that I can do that. So I'm so much like my dad. Like, I would just rather, you know, sit in the back, close my mouth, and just, you know, melt into my chair basically, rather than to talk to anybody. I'm just very backward like that. So in the meantime, like the next day and that evening, God would not leave me alone. I mean, he is like nudging me. I cannot stop thinking about it. And so I finally was like, okay, all right, okay, I'll do it. So the next day I signed up underneath my mom, not really knowing what we were doing. Didn't know the compensation plan, how it worked or anything. So I signed up underneath her, hopped on Facebook, and I said, I took a leap of faith. So it was instant. I didn't even say I was doing Plexus. I had people messaging me, "What's going on? You know, what are you doing?" So it wasn't very long before I had a few customers. Okay, so I signed up in April, and a few customers in between. At the end of July, Michelle came to West Virginia and did a launch party for me. Barb was there. I had probably 10 to 12 guests, and we had almost 100% sign-on rate that night. Okay, so since then, we've added over 500 ambassadors to the team. It has been a huge whirlwind for me. I went to Leaders Retreat in that October, you know, the same year that I joined, and I walked around like this because I just felt so like, is this for real? Like, this cannot be, like, this is not real life. So the way that it's changed the way my family kind of operates, my husband is a very hard worker. He works for Cintas, and he works crazy hours, long hours, but he loves his job. But the stress load that was on his shoulders, it was huge. And, you know, it affected him. It affected our family. I knew that eventually I was going to have to go back to work when my youngest went into preschool. And so since I became Senior Ruby, actually since I became Silver, as a matter of fact, it's changed how my family, the dynamic, because he no longer is stressed out to the max. I mean, the load that it's taken off of his shoulders is incredible. My children are able to do dance and now gymnastics. Before, there would be no way that I could afford to put them in. You know, they were in the company. You all know if you have kids and they're in any kind of extracurricular, how expensive that is. They're able to do those types of things now, you know, and it's funny because my next step, hopefully, will be, well, my next step will be Emerald, okay, which you saw earlier that it was the Lexus that you'll get. And my husband's like, oh, you know, waiting to get that Lexus. And, you know, and these kids, I laugh all the time because they'll walk up to my minivan and they'll stand at my door and they'll wait for it. And I'll say, you've got to pull the handle. Like, it won't magically open for you. And so, you know, that's going to be like huge that my family actually can get into a nice vehicle, not have to like work at getting into it. So anyway, this journey has been incredible. It's been fun. It's not something that I would have imagined myself doing. If you would have told me I was talking to people, you would have found me in the corner in fetal position, rocking back and forth, sucking my thumb, because it's just not something that I would want to do. So if you are even contemplating, I'm telling you, it's cliche to say that anybody can do this, but I can do this, but I am so serious when I say that. So that's my
Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. We got some fun time now before we say goodnight. We got some drawings, so everybody has tickets.
I have a question.
Yes.
People who is on blood thinner, how does that affect them?
We have lots of people that are able to take Plexus on blood thinner, but with that, we always tell them, take it to your doctor, just get it approved, because you want to make sure whatever medications, whatever their care plan is, you want to get it approved by their doctor.
And no one's had any problems at all?
Is that the same thing with blood pressure medicine as well?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of our products have helped blood pressure.
Right.
The only ones that we kind of are careful with and we say check with your doctor is like the Boost and Accelerator.
Yes.
I started off with the Slim, and at that time it was fast relief, it was without ease, and the cream. And I started him with 2 fast relief capsules 3 times a day, and we did the cream as needed every 2 hours. When he first started, a body of cream lasted him 8 days. That's how much he needed it all over his body. And now he uses like 1 bottle every 2 months. Wow. And we wean him down now. He takes like 4 fast relief a day. But if you go to order it now, it's like it's no longer fast relief. Okay. But since then, I now have him on the Triplex, and we've added him the X Factor vitamin and the Mega as well. He's a junkie now. He's been in the hospital. He had to have a procedure last Thursday. He's been in the hospital for several days. So today he looked at me and said, "My hand's tingling. I need my cream." He said, "You tell him to get it to the hospital to me today." So they had to bring it to me.
Okay, our first winner is 203-0509.
That's me.
Yeah!
203-0500. Um, 203-0513. Um, 490, last 3 numbers, 490.
Don't tell I had my question.
482.
482.
Last 3 digits, 482. 489. Okay. 486. Four, 8, 1. Oh.
I didn't have to.
483.
Yay! Here you go.
472. All right, so we have just a couple more. We have the ambassador that brought the most guests. So if you have 2 guests here, stand up or raise your hand.
You win. You win.
Okay. Who came the farthest? Let's do that. Who came the farthest?
Karen came from California.
California, my gosh.
I just happen to be here.
California, okay.
You seen it on Facebook, didn't you?
I did.
And Twitter. And Twitter, yes.
And the ambassador that came farthest.
The ambassador that came the farthest. How many, any?
About 18 miles.
Okay.
How about you, Louise?
Belva.
How many miles is that? Is that longer than an hour and a half?
Takes me close to an hour and a half to get to Vicky's down here.
That's not long.
Where do you come from? Logan?
Yeah. Give it to her. That's fine. It's close. It's so close.
Oh, that is
Good to you.
Oh, no, honey, no. No.
Okay, well, we just thank everybody for coming. We are going to have a short ambassador training afterwards, so if y'all want to go to the bathroom real quick, take a break, and anybody wants to stay for that, just come back in and we'll get started in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. There's another one.
Yeah, I'm going to email it. And I only mix that in 6 days after the water, but I'll send y'all the directions. Thank you. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Tell Dad I said hi. Okay. How'd your hubby go? I don't know. Uh-oh. He just went that way. That's probably where he went. Which day? Hey, Lori. I'm sorry. I don't want to end this before I know what I'm supposed to do.
That's already in it.
No, you're welcome to stay. We're just going to do some questions and answers and shoot some servers and stuff. I mean, oh, yeah. I mean, I would say from both sides. I mean, not very long. We ready? Can I turn this off or do you need to do YouTube yet? It's not, I haven't